Hello, friends and family of YouTube. Well, me and Muppy's about to go for a ride. We are headed to Mule Days over in Columbia, Tennessee. We don't have anything to do with the mules over there, but we're going to sell some junk to anybody traveling through. What Mule Days is it's a show that it lasts all week long, and it's about mules, as in those horse-looking donkey things. Anyway, the whole town is taken over by these things, and I am telling you what, people come from all over the U.S. to go to this Mule Day show. They will have mules pulling heavy loads to see what the strongest mule is. They'll have a beauty contest, a ugly contest. They even have a parade that goes right down the city. So I will try to get the parade. I will try to do that, but it depends on how business is going and what time the parade is, which I don't recall. But anyway, I got little Muppy down here. You can see she's ready to go. We got this van full of junk, so we ready to go up there and do some selling. But anyway, it's in Columbia, Tennessee. So if y'all ever want to check it out, I guess it's first weekend of April, something like that. Anyway, you can find all the info you need on Google. So we're gonna hit the road. I have got to show y'all how busy this intersection is. It is a four-way intersection. This is right in the center of the town. So, I mean, you could not have a better spot in this town than where I'm at. I have, you can see there's McDonald's over there. There's Church's Chicken. There's a Taco Bell over that way. There's also a Hardee's over there. There's a Waffle House. Burger King right up here. I can walk to every one of these, and of course have me a bathroom 24 hours a day. So well, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm in my home now. Things made a little bit of a change yesterday from what my plans were. Okay, so here's how things unfolded yesterday. If y'all notice, my hair is all wet. I just got out of the shower. All my clean clothes are out there in my RV, so and it's raining outside, so I've got to wait on it to dry out there or quit raining so I can go out and get my clean clothes. Anyway, yesterday I drove for an hour and a half to get to Mule Day, which is over in Columbia, Tennessee. So I drive for an hour and a half to get there, and take me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get my booth set up. For those of you that are new to my channel, I sell antiques and junk at various road shows and flea markets and stuff, and that's how I make a living. So when I get there, it takes me about 2 hours to get my booth set up, all the junk out, all the tables out, my tent set up, etc. And I had rented my booth from a gentleman that owns a donut shop, and I've rented it from him for 3 years. Well, I had sat down for about 5 minutes to eat a sandwich, and he came over to me and he said, property owner does not want anyone out here on his land selling junk. Basically, the owner was afraid of liability issues. Well, I started this back in somewhere around 74 or 76, something like that, with my mom. And I've never seen anybody get injured buying junk at a flea market or a yard sale or any of that. But when it comes to greed, I guess anything's possible. And I would say the property owner was probably upset that the gentleman that owns the donut shop was collecting rent, and property owner wasn't getting his cut. That's just my assumption anyway. So he told us that we had to leave. So I spent a couple of hours boxing everything back up, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I can drive probably 1 mile and set up somewhere else down here and still have a good, decent weekend for sales. Well, you know, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I've had some bad luck for a while now. Well, I've always had this theory that you can pay attention to your bad luck and you can try to play it like it's a game. And I tried to outsmart it this time, and I feel like I did. Well, the weatherman talked like today was going to be pretty decent weather. Let me spin this around here slowly for you and see if you can tell. No, it looks like it's a bright sunny day out there. Trust me, it's not bright and sunny out there. It is raining. So I'm sure you can hear it if I open the door. Anyway, so I thought, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to drive down here just a mile away, and I'm going to set up all this junk, spend 2 hours doing it, which would be the third time for the day of putting it out or putting it up or whatever. I'd set all this crap out, and tomorrow would come, and something would go wrong tomorrow, which would have been today, Friday. So it's raining today, so yep, today something would have went wrong. Tomorrow's high is slated to be 49 degrees. Ain't nobody gonna get out and buy no junk at 49 degrees. Everybody's done put their winter coats up. It's been 60 and 70 degrees here, so I know there ain't nobody gonna get out on Saturday at 49 degrees. That's the high. It'd be 45 degrees or even colder for most of the day. Then Sunday would come, and most people would be like, well, it's Sunday, we're just gonna stay in today. So generally, this would have been a pretty bad show, but I outsmarted it. I came on home. Now, if I would have stayed there in that town and set up in somebody's yard, that was going to be my game plan. A lot of people will rent out their yard to you. So when I was renting from the donut shop, I was on blacktop, so it could have rained all it would have wanted to and wouldn't have bothered me a bit. But if I would have rented from somebody in their yard, and I would have put my RV in their yard, all this rain would have came, more than likely I would have got stuck in their yard. That's how bad luck rolls, you know. So if you ever start having a string of bad luck, what you got to do is you got to try to outsmart it. And that's what I did today. So hey, I'm pretty proud of myself. So anyway, I know things are going to get better, and they are getting better. You know, a positive way to look at it really is you know, it's going to cost me $100 to sit where I was sitting to sell. And once the gentleman told me, you know, no squatters on the land there, he gave me my $100 bill back. So, you know, I still sold. I still stayed there. My plan was to stay there till the end of the day. I didn't care if landowner didn't like it or not. To me, I felt like, well, he's gonna run me off either way. I might as well stay here and wear out my welcome, and that's what I did. And so I got to make a little bit of sales yesterday, and I got out of the house. Me and Muppy got to meet some good people, and we had a good time. But yeah, we're trying to learn how to outsmart bad luck. Well, I almost forgot to share the results with you. On last video, I asked the question of to shave or not to shave. Well, if you notice, I did shave, but that was purely accidental. I know you're like, how do you accidentally shave? Okay, so I have an electric razor, and you can adjust the height of it. I haven't used it too many times, as you might have guessed. So when I adjusted it, I was trying to adjust it to where it would leave long, as in it would be adjusted to a higher level, but instead I set it for a shorter level, and it ended up pretty much just leaving me with a one-day scruff, I guess you'd call it. So anyway, what I did is I went ahead and just kind of cleaned it up, and I'll let it grow back. But the results are in of to shave or not to shave. And the results are, let me get this. So the votes to keep a scruffy beard was 12, and to shave was 5. So it was a clear winner of I should have kept scruffy, but instead I ended up shaving it off. But thank you for your voting. y'all hear this thing screaming in the background, it sounds like a some kind of wild bird or something. That is a 18-year-old cat. When I was married years and years ago, matter of fact, I think we got divorced 15 years ago. When she left me with three cats, and all three of those cats lived to be 18 years old. Um, the one that's still alive, her sister passed away. It's been right at a month ago, and of course she was 18. They were born of a litter of four. And prior to that, I had a cat that, man, I was so close to. I didn't ever have any children of my own, but I referred to this cat as my boy, and he lived to be 18 years old. Man, God, he was so special. I'm telling you what, y'all know what I think of Muppy, and she's really special to me. But boy was the first animal that I ever got close to. He was highly intelligent, very loving, and he had diabetes, and which was a new thing to me. I didn't know animals fought some of the same diseases that we fight. But yeah, I had to give him a shot every day with insulin. And what was crazy was he would come to the refrigerator. He would hear you pull out the insulin out of the refrigerator and get the needle, and he would come to the refrigerator to get his shot. And if he didn't come, or if he avoided you, then we wouldn't give him his insulin shot. And he battled with diabetes, I don't know, somewhere around 4 or 5 years. And you know what was a trip was they wanted us to prick him every day to test his blood sugar levels. And I was like, first off, I got to go to this cat with a needle, and I've got to give him an insulin shot. You know, I just can't see that I can prick him on top of that to check his sugar levels. So I got to reading up on it, and what I had discovered was that how much urine they produce will tell you the sugar levels of the cat. If they're urinating a lot, their sugar levels would be high. Well, when I told my vet what we were doing, boy, I tell you what, I thought that woman was gonna throw us in jail or something. Man, you could tell she was livid, and she acted like I was just the worst parent ever. And I told her, I said, you know, this has been working out okay, and all that. I could tell she was actually probably thinking about keeping me from getting to take him home. And so I told her, I said, look, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it has been working out. And she said, well, we're going to run his sugar levels, which was like what they call it. For humans, it's called A1C, but I don't remember what they call it for pets. But anyway, that tells you how their sugar levels have been doing for a constant amount of time. Well, next day the results came in, and she said, well, what you're doing's working out okay, so his sugar levels have been great. And so I thought, yeah, you go eat a little crow on this one, woman. she played it down quite a bit, but boy, I'm telling you what, she was really chewing us out when we told her what we were doing of just watching his urine levels. And I guess to some people they would say that is dangerous, you know, but and I wouldn't advise just anyone doing that. We you know, you're supposed to follow the rules of what the vet tells you, but we did what we did and it worked out, so no regrets. You know, I was told that he wouldn't live to be maybe 15 years old because of the fact that he was diabetic, and that's kind of pushing it for age anyway. But he lived to be 18, and I was so glad to have him for all those years, man. It was pretty awesome. So Yeah, I got one old cat left. Like I say, she's 18 as well. And my childhood cat lived to be 21, so I guess I got something I'm doing right with pets. I don't know. I've been very blessed with them, that's for sure. But outside of the 18-year-old lady you hear screaming back there once in a while, I got Muppy, and she's right at 5 years old, and we got that black cat you see sneaking in a lot of videos, and she's 3 years old. The cat I told you about, boy with the diabetes, he was solid white. He was huge, and a boy. 1 month to the very day that he had passed, that black cat showed up on his grave 1 month to the day. She was rolling around on his grave, and here she was, like yin and yang. She was the complete opposite of him. She was solid black female, where he was a solid white male. So I don't know, I just got to know her as she was out there on my grave, and she'd show up in my garage, in my shop when I was building stuff. And next thing you know, I got another cat. But that's all animals I'm gonna have for. I'm gonna keep this, and that's enough for me. Well, the rain's finally starting to slow down, so I guess I'm gonna get out here and get some fresh clothes out of the RV, and get me some food out of there. I've still got all my groceries set up in the refrigerator, so got to get that all out. And you can see I still got the van all full of junk. Thought I'd try a special effect with you. Did y'all like how I was walking backwards there? I've got my new generator under this bin here, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I like being able to put that under there. I don't think anybody would know that was a generator under there, so as far as not having to lock it up or whatever, I don't think many thieves would think to run over and just pick that up and see what's under it. So not only is it a good place to hide it under there, but it's also keeping it in the dry. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get all my groceries and dry clothes out of here, go in the house, just enjoy the day, and be glad that I outsmarted some bad luck today. Man, I appreciate y'all spending some time with me. Things are getting better, folks, and I'm proud to be alive, proud to be healthy, proud to not be as fat as I used to be, and proud to have a good day off just to rest, spend some time with family and my pets and all that good stuff. Life's awesome. Hope y'all have a great day too. I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.